this video, I'm going to show you how to do something we all hate, and that's a little bit of paint work slash body work. This Integra I bought has several blemishes. This being one, looks like something was backed into or hit hard enough to flex the plastic and knock the paint off. And then it's got some various dents here and there. Those I probably won't worry about till the summertime because they're not that noticeable, but this is an eyesore. I don't do body work so well. I mean, when I was a younger kid, I worked in a body shop. I know the ins and outs of doing some of it. But I can at least show you how to make this look a lot better. And one of the tricks to it is to get paint that matches really well. And what I do is I have a company here locally, and everybody should have some in their town, that mixes up paint for all the paint shops. So you go in there and they can either take this machine that they stick on your paint, which scans the paint and gives you the exact recipe, or if the car is a stock color, like in this case, cypress green. The paint code is inside the door. What I had them do is mix up a little bit. And then I also have another shop in the area that you should too if you find and look around, that is willing to take that paint and put it into touch-up bottles. There's a little brush inside here, but even more importantly, they're willing to put it into a spray can format. The paint that's in here is not spray paint off the shelf. This is real automotive car paint. You know, with the clear coat, the hardener, everything all right in there. It's just a one-stage paint. But it'll match very well, and it'll be very resilient, unlike regular spray paint. And I like to use this for everything, even valve covers or whatever, because it makes things match real good, and it's real deal car paint. But I'm going to use this then to fix this blemish, and while it may not be perfect, it'll be a lot better than it is. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. One of the first things we have to do is, you see, this has a lot of loose bubbled up paint yet. So you need to kind of go around here and fleck off anything that's bubbled up or that looks like it's about ready to come off. So I'm going to go around here now with my fingernail and maybe a little pick, and I'm going to get most of that paint off that's bubbled up or cracked, and then I'll pick up the video from there. Okay, so I still got a little more to go yet, but I want to show you what else I'm doing. I'm also taking a pretty medium grit sandpaper. It's 320 here in this case, and you want to sand down the edges. It's called feathering. That's what I call it anyway. Sand down the edges of any leftover paint so that it's kind of tapered down and much smoother. It's not much of a lip, and this will help with the finished look a lot in the end here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to chip away the rest of this loose paint, and I'm going to sand as much of these lips down as I can in kind of this damaged area here. And once that's pretty smooth, I'll pick up the video. And here you can see, just after a few minutes, it's already starting to smooth out. There's still some lips here that need to be addressed. I'll just keep sanding away until you can barely feel any edges. When you can no longer feel any edges, that's when you're going to want to step to a little bit of a finer sandpaper, and we'll pick up with there. Okay, so I switched around between some different grits here, and I switched around. Let's see, I had some 320, some 320, some 120, and some 220. And 120 is very aggressive, but I needed that to get some of these lips. They just weren't coming down fast enough. Now you can't feel any lips anywhere, but you got all these deep scratches. So this is where we start switching down to the finer stuff. I'm gonna get some 400-ish, and we're gonna get these scratches all taken out, and then we'll finish up with probably something up near 1,000 maybe around the edges here, where it kind of spread out and got into the paint. Because when we paint this, we're gonna be blending out. We're gonna go a little bit further in each direction, so it's not that big a deal. But that's what I'm gonna do now, is I'm gonna smooth out all these deep scratches, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, this is about where I finished up at. You can see that all the deep scratches that used to be there are gone. It's now kind of some milky real smooth. This is good enough for me. You can do this to your heart's content. Get as much out of here as you want, and sand all you want. But the next step now is going to be the paint process, and I'll pick up with that and show you that. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I shook the paint up real good, and I'll try to do this while I'm filming it. I'm just putting real light spritz over the main area. You notice I didn't really mask anything off because I'm not really spraying that much. Okay, there we go. So there's a beginning coat. I'm now going to let that set for a few minutes, and I'm going to come back by and I'm going to do the exact same thing again. And you keep doing that until you can't see through you know, the white and whatnot. So I'll come back on with the camera after I've done a few coats. Okay guys, here we are a couple coats later. Not finished yet, still has a couple more to go. You see it's starting to disappear. Starting to look glossy and all that. So you gotta go slow so you don't get any runs. That's the trick. I'll pick it up when I'm finished here. Okay, and the finished product. Here we are finished. And you can see, I'm actually going to open up the garage door here, let some light in. You can see, you can no longer tell where it was. The damage is fixed. The blending's not that bad. You can't really see. And she's all fixed. I've fixed a lot of Hondas this way. Usually whenever you get the Honda rust in the fenders, you can do this trick to fix it without doing a whole paint job. The problem with this is on flat body panels, where you end the spray is usually more noticeable. What's nice about this bumper is it had a couple places to break up the spray, mainly on the curve right here, and I overlapped out here a little bit to where this curve is, and around here to the side you can see a little bit of the spray. I should have overlapped it further out, but you know, let's be honest, this car has a lot of dings and dents. You know, there's little pieces of where hail must have hit it or something over the years. So we're not too worried about that. This car is not going to go to car shows and be a you know, an award car. We just didn't want it to look like an eyesore with that big ass fender blister there the previous owner backed into a pole or something. So that's it guys, bumper is fixed. Hope this video helps some of you understand how to make your cars look much better without paying a body shop, or if you just want to sell a car and you have a couple little blemishes with it, this helps you square them away. And then if I ever want to make this more perfect, where you got a little bit of haze from the overspray, I could tape off at this line and mask it out and do the rest of this bumper right here, and you'd never tell. I could paint that whole bumper out and it would look perfect. Thank you guys. Subscribe, share the video, and watch for more. They're coming.